Hi, I'm Al Goff.
And I'm Miles Miller.
Hi, this is John Schneider.
Hi, it's John Glover.
This is Justin Hartley.
This is Steve the Knight.
This is Aaron Ashmore.
This is Cassidy Freeman, and you are listening to Starkville.
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 Starkville. Starkville, House of L.
Starkville, House of L.
Starkville, House of L.
The podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Starkville's House of L. This is our episode for the Smallville Season 2 episodes Redux, you got me saying it, Redux and Lineage. I'm Derek.
And I'm Rolades.
Robin Rolade. Is that your stripper?
Hi.
Was that your stripper name in college?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know how to spell my stripper name?
Uh-huh.
Relief? I don't know. I got that backwards.
That was
sorry.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, you used to be known by Juicy Fruit, and then
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Hey everybody, welcome.
What's your stripper name, everybody?
Uh,
Send it on in to mail at.
Mine is what's her name? Rachel Dunleavy. Whatever her name is in Lineage. Yeah, we're
Don't
talking.
levy on me.
Thank you for joining me today. We're talking the next two episodes of season 2 as we continue our march to something. Episode 200 at least. I mean, we're this close. Might as well get there if nothing else. So we're going back through and doing the episodes that we didn't do in Shu's original run since we started in season 5. I
hope
back
to catch up with young Derek.
Yeah. I'm always trying to catch up with young Derek. That's how I spend most of my time. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
I'm catching up with young Derek.
Good. How is he?
I mean, you seem fine.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. It's funny to go back through these knowing that we've been doing this now for 17 years or however long. I know we've said at some point in these last few episodes, Steve and I, and hoping to bring in more people that I have met because of this show, including you.
Right.
We've known each other 2008. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
That long?
Sure. Yeah.
And met because of Smallville.
Exactly. So Smallville's probably one of the reasons why I even started listening to podcasts in the first place. Listening to them.
Yeah. Before you were recording them.
Yeah. Then I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah, that sounds fun. And then it wasn't. And then everybody did.
So much work. Yeah. Hence, we're on season 2 of Smallville in 2023.
But it's a good day to be on it because today, at the time of this recording, at the time of this release, we don't edit. October 16th, 2023, 22 years ago today, the premiere of Smallville on the WB to a record-setting viewership. I can't even remember what it was. 8.6 million, something like that? I don't know. Tim told me that earlier, and I've already forgotten it. That's how information goes in my head.
Yeah, just a little bit over a month after 9/11, and
yeah, crazy.
Smallville
premiered.
Perked our spirits up.
It
a little
did.
Bit.
It brought us around after watching nothing, but I felt like news coverage for a month. It was good to tune into some actual television again, and something that I truly believe. This is not hyperbole. Changed the landscape of television in the 21st century. I mean, there's so many things that you have to thank for Smallville. And there's a lot of people who'd be like, "No, you don't. That Smallville was a silly show, and these are more serious and more." I mean, you were pre MCU. You were pre the Arrowverse. I'm not, and I think that Smallville, you don't have to devote every appreciation to it, but I think you have to. I think you have to devote some to it for what it did. In the genre. So it's fun.
It was definitely. There was a recent sale on the complete series, and I found myself like trying to convince people younger than me, like, just give the show a shot. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you've watched all these other things. Watch where it all comes
Yeah.
from.
Why would you not watch the original, the OG?
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
It's funny. You sent that in our group text. We have a group text of about 12, 15 of us
Yeah.
that all met because of Smallville and continue texting and sharing happy birthdays and milestones and being dads and stuff like that to this day. So it's kind of amazing what this little show brought for our community, if not the greater one as a whole. So in saying that, let's talk about one of the worst episodes of the series.
We're not here to talk about the Era Store movie.
No, sorry.
Oh, darn it.
We did both have to sit through that though this weekend, didn't we? I would watch Redux 3 times before sitting through.
I mean, I could say that.
It was fine. No, I was fine. I was happy my daughter allowed me to go with her to the Eras Tour movie.
I was happy to see my daughters having so much fun.
Yes, indeed.
It was all about that. Anyway.
Who did not have fun were the suitors of whatever this girl's name in this episode. Yeah, Chrissy, the cheerleader. Where did Stranger Things get it from?
R.I.P. Suzanne Summers as well.
Oh yeah, God Lord. Where did Stranger Things get their cheerleader from? Right here.
There you go.
In Smallville season 206, but the 6th episode of season 2, but the first episode filmed of the season, which I always thought was very interesting. They actually filmed it right after filming the finale for season 1, cutting into vacation a little bit to get their extra episode order for season 2, because there was one more, in season 2 and one less in season 1, and it ended up evening out. But
it does of like ADR to help it work.
ADR, there's some weird things, toward the end of the episode, Clark uses his powers and he has to distract Pete. So Pete doesn't see him using his abilities, even though technically Pete knows at this point, but at the time of filming, that hadn't happened. It's a lot of fun stuff. One thing I forgot was Maggie Lawson being Chrissy in this episode. Now, this is another one I've not watched in 15 years. Probably, at least. I know I've watched Lineage since then, because Lineage is a legacy episode and has ties to so many things, especially in season 2. But moments between Clark and Lex and Lionel and the Kents, and I've revisited that one. I don't know the last time I saw Redux, so I had a very fun time watching this again. Now, you went back through Smallville not too long ago, and I say not too long ago because time is relative, but it's actually probably been, 5 years ago?
5 years at least.
Oh my God, yeah, pre-COVID on your podcast, We Don't Want to Wait. Which, do you remember anything about that recording when you were rewatching
I actually
the series?
listened to
you went back and
my
listened?
coverage of the just because it's like, for We Don't Want to Wait, we binged, so it was like every episode would be like a little bit over an hour, but we'd talk about like 4 episodes in a row, so it was like a 20-minute commitment. Like, what did I have to say back then about that? And,
before the landscape of everything changed. 5 years ago. It's not it's very much, as Steve calls it, it's a holdover from season 1, but not a meteor freak episode. What's really interesting here is Chrissy is not a meteor freak. We don't know how she got these abilities. It has nothing to do with Smallville or Kryptonite or anything whatsoever. So it's kind of our first one-off in that nature.
Is she a witch? Because one of the things I mentioned in the podcast, it reminded us of the Buffy episode, Witch.
Right.
Where there was a girl who was actually an old lady.
Season 1 episode of Buffy, yes. Even I know that, which, says something about my memory.
So Buffy did it first?
Yeah, Buffy did it. You could almost, they could have tied something in season 4 to this. They could have retconned something for Isabel. For the witches, and come back with this somehow. I don't know.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't realize that there's like zero explanation.
There's no explanation, and then she just dies. Spoiler alert for a 21-year-old episode. Then she just dies at the end, and nothing. There's no anything.
The best part is she has this horrific death right in front of Clark. You know, a young man who's probably not used to seeing people like catch on fire and their skulls burning into nothing
Sure.
in front of them. And then the very next scene, he's coming down the stairs. He's like, "More bills, huh, Dad?"
Oh, yep. Gotta go plow something. I don't know. Yeah, so
So that happened.
I know Chloe, when Chloe's looking her up in the torch, she says that she's found her in yearbooks dating back as far as 1921. And then she tells the principal, who, what is his name? He's in everything. What is his name?
Richard Gant.
Richard Gant. You might remember.
The Duke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was going to say you might remember
Rocky Five.
Rocky Five, and you might remember him as the cop in the Mr. Bean movie.
How about the coroner in Jason Goes to Hell that ends up
that eats the heart?
Yeah, so he literally is Jason Voorhees for a little while on the Friday the 13th.
That's right. Pull it in for Halloween, folks. Pull it in for Halloween. There's a lot. Lionel's not in this episode. Actually, the Luther Mansion is not even in this episode. Every time we see Lex, he's either at the Talon or at school, which is up weird places. That's like the second time this season. Also, you've seen him at school. We get a Coast City mention. In this episode.
That's Green Lantern, right?
Yep, Green Lantern.
And so yeah, I mean, you brought up the principal, and we also have, we have Granddad who was living in Coast City. So it's so crazy. They introduced these two characters that you think are going to be some sort of major thing in Clark's life, and they are just gone
right
after this episode. They didn't even kill off the principal,
never to be heard from ever again. Even
you think that the principal is going to be this guy, like he's very concerned about where's Clark going to see himself in 5 years. And Granddad, of course, there's this whole like family tension going on,
and such a weird, like I've always said, and in a broken record at this point, George Coe plays William Clark, Martha's dad. There was a missed opportunity for some legacy casting here, I think.
Okay.
Now he's been in a lot of stuff, but I have always said I would have loved to seen Gene Hackman in this role. 20 years ago, Gene Hackman, early 70s. If they're not going to use him in any other way, then I think that would have been a fantastic part for him. Even if it wasn't reoccurring, and it wasn't. This is the only time you ever get a mention of him. This is the only time he ever shows up, and you hope that there's going to be some enactment, but there's not. George Coe, actually, he played the Pope on Archer. Do you watch Archer? Is it good?
First season or two, maybe.
Yeah, he does a lot of voiceover work, which
you
can tell.
Woodhouse, is that the Pope? Because that's what I.
Yeah, Woodhouse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw he voiced Wheeljack in Transformer Dark of the Moon. Transformers.
Did he? Wow. That's a deep. Okay.
Wheeljack.
He made some choices. So this episode, in addition to Chrissy the cheerleader sucking the life out of people to stay alive, young people. Well, not even young people, because she tries to do it to Principal Reynolds, which is just weird. You have this storyline of Jonathan not being able to foot the bills. I was trying to figure out if. Okay, so do you think the ADR? I meant to go back and listen and see if the ADR worked for Martha working for Lionel, because I know she says I've not gotten paid yet, or I won't get paid for another 2 weeks or something. From Lionel, and I was wondering if that was on screen or not when she says that, and now I can't remember. I meant to make note of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But and I wondered that too, because she's clearly baking to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like she hadn't had this position with Lionel yet as his assistant. I'm not sure. But
yeah, the other question I had was there was a close-up shot of the sign that Chrissy is making, and it says clearly 2002 on it. So I'm like, oh, did they just like take a quick insert shot?
I think they did. I think it's it even says Doesn't it say the date? Like the specific
It says
date?
2002.
Yeah, I think
don't
it
know about
actually
the,
says the
like Spirit Week 2002, but
I may be wrong. The episode's intro takes place on June 20th, 2002. Why are they in school? Who knows? I also thought it was interesting. That's what brought me back to the Pete thing, is distracting Pete at the end so he doesn't see the abilities. But when they're in the swim meet at the beginning, and Pete's like, I could have beat you. I just slipped at the beginning there, and that would not have been in there had it been an episode post Pete knowing.
yeah, that's true.
Too.
It's like, Pete, do you know who you're talking to?
But I was always like,
he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. But I was always like, with this one, I was like, and I do vividly remember this, watching it 20 plus years ago. Football, all of that is out. It's okay for him to be on the swim team, though. That's fair, Jonathan.
Sure.
That's all right. I guess you're not.
I'm not sure why he.
I guess you're not in danger of hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
There. Sure.
Yeah, and you would think everybody would see if you were going too fast under the water, right? Because clearly everybody in that gymnasium saw how fast he sped through the water.
Yeah. Getting down there to Troy.
I'd like to pour one out for poor Troy, because my other podcast reminded me, my old self reminded me that Troy was also got his ass handed to him in Shimmer. Apparently he got beaten up in the locker room.
He did.
So we finally got rid of him.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy. Yeah, he was mean to the girl, the sister, wasn't he? Yeah, that's right. I do remember that now. Yeah, he got what was coming to him finally. Not a very memorable episode. I mean, like I said, I even forgot that Maggie Lawson was Chrissy, and I love her. I love Psych.
Right.
I just completely glossed over that back in the day. I guess.
I think I watched a few episodes of Psych.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And she's fantastic in this one. Like is a really good one-off. I mean, I guess still Freak of the Week, even if it's not Meteor Freak of the Week. But still a kind of just a refreshing. Oh, this one can actually act versus some of the ones we get early on.
It was very reminiscent of Craving. Like,
Craving. Yeah, it's got that feel to it. It also Devoted or Facade, or both, those early season 4 episodes where we kind of jumped back into the Freak of the Week briefly there. Both of those, and the back-to-back episodes too, are reminiscent of this as well. It also starts one of the worst arcs of the series to me, and that's the whole Henry Small Lana thing, just to give Lana something else to do other than her and Clark pining after each other in the Talon. I got sick of that storyline quick in the original run.
Lana just brings on all the best storylines. It's no fault of Kristen Cook, but they're just
not whatsoever. They just did not know what to do. And that was a staple of 20 plus episode network television back in the teen television back in the day.
And I'm assuming that's why they brought Henry Small in, because they didn't know what to do with Aunt Nell.
Yeah. Whatsoever. And
she's gonna get married.
And by the next one, we're already shipping her off somewhere else. So, what do you give this one? 2 out of 4? 3 out of 4? I don't know. Is that too generous?
I don't know. It's definitely one that I could skip, but I mean, there's some good stuff in there.
No, there is, and I say that of the Freak of the Week episodes, this is actually a fun Freak of the Week episode, which doesn't happen often. There's not one where you're like, that was a fun little romp. Versus, some you're like, I could never watch that one again and be perfectly fine. Magnetic. Looking at you. Just gonna call out specifics here.
I have a few notes if you want me to.
Yes, absolutely.
Any of the so the say every school hallway scene, I'm looking for Evangeline Lilly. She's not in this episode.
No.
Why does this grown child keep saying granddad?
Clark?
Granddad. granddad.
Yeah,
and it's like not even a guy he's met before.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, granddad.
If it were me, I would probably call him Mr. Clark, which I guess that would sound weird, but that would probably that in that position, not knowing this man or anything, that's probably what I would refer to.
You saying Mr. Clark? I'm looking for my father standing behind me.
Yes.
Is this the first site of the theater set? The Talons Theater?
I don't think it is, but it is probably the longest we've gotten. Because what episode is it when they're in there actually watching a movie? I can't remember now. It is embarrassing how much I've forgotten. To have known how much I knew, it's embarrassing how much I have lost. I can't even do the episode titles anymore, man. Like I might could do a season at a time, but it's gonna take me a few minutes to work through it, and there's gonna be a couple. You would correct me, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's 405," and then go from there.
Why these are always good because we can always jump on and be like, "Remember Smallville?" Though.
Yes. Remember when that was the thing we cared about the most, and nothing else.
Let's see what else. So the whole Jonathan being pig-headed, but I always feel like Martha kind of broke the marriage trust by just like you know what, I'm tired of. I'm just gonna reach out to my dad and ask for help anyway, and it's just like the job with Lionel has already weakened Jonathan's manhood, so to speak, so far, and now it's like, and now I'm gonna go ask my dad for help as well,
right?
But it's also like, why are these grown adults 20 years later having the same argument as if
get over your pride just a little bit for a minute, if nothing else for the sake of Clark.
Yeah.
I also hate that this is 2 episodes back to back where we inadvertently blame Clark's presence. Not even in Smallville, not even the meteor shower, just Clark in the Kent household as being a catalyst for ruining something. We couldn't have Martha's dad around because you didn't have control of your abilities yet, and we didn't really trust him, and who knows how that could have worked out. You could have hurt him or something like that. And then in Lineage, well, you're being adopted and making us in debt to Lionel Luthor, brought about Luthor Corp in Smallville and the closing of
and
of
Peace Family, the ruin of everything.
Everything.
I know exactly. And it's I think it's like, was there a directive from high above to say like, listen, we can't let anybody learn about Clark's secret. Just keep piling on the guilt.
Just all the guilt.
He won't tell anybody.
All the guilt. And eventually, after the show's over, Tom Welling will come back and give up his abilities, and it'll all be fine.
Yeah, well, that's if you see that as canon.
Yeah.
I see that as a cameo of him playing some sort of. It's multiple Earths. I don't have to accept that.
I do not accept that.
167 or whatever that was.
Yeah, that's not our Earth.
Yeah,
Earth 2001 is our Smallville Earth. That's just another. And I'm glad that Clark and Lois are happy with kids, but on our Earth, Clark Kent is Superman and is married to Lois Lane, and so on and so forth.
I guess I'll cut through all the other crap I had written down, but I will say, like, my final note is like, this ep has Our Lady pieces somewhere out there.
Yeah,
like that is like peak. Like you hear that song, you're like, Smallville, Clark and Lana looking at stars or whatever. This episode.
I don't know that I listened to a band more from like 1999 to 2002ish, 2001-2ish than Our Lady Peace. So even watching this one last night, I was like, I forgot you guys showed up in this one. And then the next episode has a great song that was not available anywhere forever. And oh my God, now I'm trying to think of what it was. We'll get there. I'm gonna look it up and we'll get there in a minute. But
it's not any boom boom boom. Let me hear you say Ayo.
Well, it was a nice change of pace after 4 times. Really? I mean, I'm sure that was on the Warner label and we didn't have to pay for it, but
aggressive, BE aggressive.
Yeah.
It's Spirit Week, everybody.
Yeah, did we drill it home enough? It's June, but for some reason it's Spirit Week. We don't know why. So yeah, that's Redux. It's a very out of pocket episode, not only because of its filming and just sort of its where it lies in the season as a result of its filming, and how it weaves into an already working story that tried to facelift itself in there, kind of. No pun intended. Facelift.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's good. But that brings us to Lineage, which is a very popular episode, I think, among long-term fans of the show. It gave us one of our first flashbacks of the series.
Yeah.
One of our
that's
first retcons, I guess, if you
Yeah.
want to call it that. Or maybe they had this in plan. Maybe Alan Miles had this in plan from the get-go. Who knows? I really love how this episode does the flashbacks to where whoever is in the present is talking, telling the beginning of the story, and then the camera will pan, and the flashback is part of that same scene, and then cuts to the rest of the flashback. So when they're outside talking, or even when they're in the barn at the end, Jonathan's telling the story of Lionel coming with the papers that day, and the camera pans from present Jonathan down to past Lionel entering the barn, and then it cuts to the full-on flashback with Jonathan. And same thing.
Great transition.
Same thing with Martha. They do it earlier in the kitchen. Martha is talking, and it pans down to young Clark playing with the toys, and he's literally in the room with Annette and Tom in that scene.
It's so great that Annette and John did not age in like 20 years.
Nope, not in the least.
I didn't go back and look at this, but again, I listened to my podcast, and 5 years ago, Robin caught that they actually changed the drapes in the kitchen.
Oh, that's almost as big a deal as the Veritas symbol on the Luther window.
Those kitchen drapes,
at least for now, it is, because this neither one of these episodes. Let me put on my Steve hat for a minute. Neither of these episodes have any truck collisions. So we're good on that, and the Veritas. We don't even see the Luther Mansion in the first episode, and this one we do, but no Veritas symbol. But the drapes have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Does the carpet match them? We won't know.
Thank you, 2018 Robin. 2019 Robin.
Again, 2023 didn't go back and look and double check his notes, but feel free, listeners. Yeah, these two episodes, I mean, it's all about family. Right?
Yes. And it really does set up this arc of for Lana, basically, of this Henry Small storyline, which they weaved into the website and did a whole bunch of stuff with. Even
really?
Craig Byrne actually wrote some stuff for the website, some Henry Small stuff that weaved its way in.
Did it weave into the fact that his name is Small? Like I don't remember in the show ever being like, okay, so he's going to be like one of the founders of the town.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely. There's a line in this one where it's like, oh, back to the start or something like that. I can't even remember now, but there's a one-off line that does it. This aired November 5th, 2002, coming up on the 21st anniversary of that episode. Was written by Alan Miles and directed by Greg Beeman, which makes it an instant classic when you have those three in the mix.
Oh God, that reminds me. If anybody does go back and listen to my podcast, and I'm sorry to keep mentioning it, but you brought it up, please forgive me for, I don't know, maybe the entire run of the series covering it. I just continue calling him Al Goff. Al Goff.
Sorry.
Or no, I say Algo.
It's
Goff is correct.
Goff is correct. Yeah.
I keep saying Algo over and over. It drives me crazy listening to it.
It's okay. I can't remember episode titles. We all have our blank spots now. No problem there. So not only does it start the Henry Small thing, though, it also starts the Lucas Luthor storyline in season 2, where Captain Kirk is Lex's brother. It's very weird.
Shut up, Wesley.
He's a vampire. Then he's a Captain Kirk. I don't know. This does show a woman named Rachel Dunleavy who believes that she is Clark's mother because she had a affair with Lionel back in the day. She thinks that Clark is her son, that he is Lex's half-brother. Lionel made her give the baby up for adoption. And since Lionel handled the adoption for the Kents on the day of the meteor shower, she logically believes that Clark is her biological son. Sheriff Ethan with hair is just disarming. I forgot that, and that he opened the door in the flashback, and I was like, God, that was terrifying. Deputy Ethan at that time.
Yeah.
Hey,
but good for him. He got to have his hair back for
for one scene. Not only does this deal with lineage of Clark and Lana, we also get hints of Lex and Chloe in this episode. We find out our first stuff about Chloe's mother in this episode, which we've not heard up until this point, and won't hear again for like 5 seasons.
Wow.
It'll be a minute before that comes around again for that legacy casting episode.
Yeah.
But we also have to peel away at this is one of our first times of like a DNA test or a blood test or something on Clark where we've got to cover up, what if I even have DNA? I don't know.
I cannot wait to hear, like, we never get to hear the results, but I was just waiting for the doctor to show up and be like, your DNA came back and you'll never guess what your lineage is.
God.
Wait, what?
What?
Was this? What did Steve Martin say as in the?
Oh, you mean I'm gonna stay this color forever?
I was born
yeah. Good Lord, yeah. I only brought you for your spit, Pete. Rachel is a very invasive woman, just showing up at the Kent farm and letting herself into the house. Which, do they ever lock it? I guess not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have the same security as Luther Mansion.
Clearly.
I like that they leave for the day, and she just kind of, like, how long was she hanging out in one of those adjacent bars?
I know, just in the bar and just watching. And did she see him super speed off? Did she? Clearly not. But is it special to you? This is gonna sound like bragging rights, and I don't mean for it to, but especially in these early season episodes with so many, when they still did so many exterior shots, is it nice to you to watch an episode, especially one like this where there's different angles than what are normally used outside, and to know we were walking around, we spent the day there? Like,
yes, I was seeing that yellow shed with the horseshoe, and I was like, was that a prop? Do they just wheel that in, or was that something that was there before? Because I don't remember that being there.
I think it's painted. I think it's still there, but painted, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
I can't remember.
I just don't remember it.
Consult the Google archive of photo album.
But yeah, like I you see people pulling in and out of there too, and it's like, are they making it look like this is the road or that's the road, and this is all just driveway, really?
Yeah. Well, and they angle it. I don't know if we've said on the show before. So the road to the house actually is not what you think the road to the house is. The arbor entrance is actually the side of the farm, east, I think. And then south of that is the actual paved street that goes perpendicular to the farm. The gravel road that runs up to the arbor is just a service road for the farm that runs alongside it. But because of the kind of iconic nature of it and the Smallville, Kansas, Kent farmian way, it was used as the road / entrance. And if I'm not mistaken, the show built the arbor, the drive-through arbor. That was not there originally. They built it, and it's just still standing to this day. Out that way to what they. And
you never really see the actual front of the house on the show. I think the closest we ever got was in those Arrowverse shows, right? Where they're all
sitting,
three of them are standing there,
and there's like Grant Gustin sitting up on the. Get off that. Get your ass off there. Don't you sit up there. That is hallowed ground. Monument. That is. It belongs in a museum. Yeah, they're sitting up there in the front, and you never really see of all the. Sometimes you get different angles, and you're like, oh, like Crusade Covenant, when Martha runs out and the field's on fire, and you get different angles like that sometimes. But yeah, there's never there's never one that actually shows the front of the house, to the point where I don't know if you felt this way, because you and I have both been there multiple times. Now, one time we got to go together and were invited to spend the day there, which was incredible. But we both, were looky-loos on another occasion, and when you pull up next to it, you're like, this isn't right at all.
Nope.
Which is how you are with most things in film and TV anyway, when you actually see it. I will say, I was of the times I've been to a place and I'm like, oh, how did they even... Like when Florence Henderson died, I was in L.A., and my mom wanted to go to the Brady house because she grew up watching the Brady Bunch, and I did too. And we were like, well, we'll go. And because we were nearby there. And actually, we had just been that morning to see Doc Brown's house, and it's not far from there. And we went to the Brady house, and I'm like, I don't even know how they filmed this. Like, I'm looking at across the street. I'm like, was this house here then? Like, it doesn't belong. And then if you, like, took a drone and lifted up just slightly over the house, it's not even suburbs behind it. It's just the city of Los Angeles down below it. Like, it's mind-boggling when your fourth wall is kind of broken like that. So, yeah, I know there weren't a whole lot of exterior shots used of the Brady house other than the one that was just probably reused a whole lot, which happens on Smallville a ton too. When you go to these places, I'm always like, that breaks my mind a little bit. But going to Luthor Corp and the Daily Planet did not, because that felt right.
Exactly like what is seen on TV.
Yes, that felt, other than not going 20 more stories up than what they actually did, or having the globe.
Crazy.
And
John Glover's body's still there.
God, to this day,
could not believe it.
They just roped it off.
Sorry, spoilers for those that
haven't reached season 7 yet. But it's fun. It's fun watching different angles used on the farm when they still had the budget to shoot there so much. It's one thing of the later seasons that takes me out of it so much, is we had this beautiful sweeping show in those first 3 or 4, 5 seasons, really.
Yeah.
And then everything after 6 is very much on set or one street. In season 8, one street used in exactly the same way every time, and then at least by seasons 9 and 10 they at least shot a different direction. We've been there too, and it's you're like, yep, that's an alley. That's about all you can do with that. I do love this episode though. I think it adds so much to Clark's story. It adds to whether it was a retcon or not, it adds so much to Jonathan's animosity towards the Luthors, that it's not just pride, it's guilt for being indebted. Go ahead.
Exactly. We couldn't have 2 episodes in a row where Jonathan is just being like pig-headed, and it's really just because it's like, I could do it myself, whatever.
Right.
It is more like, this guy used me, and I did something terrible for him, and if it wasn't for me and my actions, like, this place wouldn't be polluted. It wouldn't, the Rosses might be doing better. Cream corn, huge.
Yeah.
It's huge deal, and I'm sure Clark can understand that.
I also thought it was weird. So Ethan comes to the house. He's like, "Hey, we've this Rachel Dunleavy's woman's going around town. I'm sure you've already heard that. She's petitioned for a DNA sample," which I don't know, the adoption was handled somewhat legally, even if Lionel greased the wheels a good bit. I mean, it was still his organization. So while the child may not have been obtained legally, the procedure in which it was done legal. I was going somewhere with that, and I completely lost the thread. Crap.
So you think that adoption
Insane.
agency was set up for Lucas, and when Jonathan's just like, I need some way to legally adopt.
Absolutely.
He's just like, I got something actually.
Yes, I absolutely believe
I got rid of one of my mistresses.
Yeah,
this way
shouldn't be a problem whatsoever.
There's
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Are you still thinking?
Nah, I lost it completely.
It's fun re-examining these episodes again and again because you do pick up things that are like, wait, what? When you see the pilot, you see, the truck flips, and then Clark is found in the field, and you don't really see after that. In this episode, you do see after that. So up till now, you haven't been questioning, wait, so how did they get the spaceship back? How did they all walk back to time? And it turns out he finds another guy that's crashed, and it literally looks like someone shot him in the head through the windshield.
Yeah, I didn't even really fully understand what happened there. Did like a fragment of meteorite break off and crash through? I mean, it was like a bullet hole in the glass, and Terry's dead. Sorry, Terry. R.I.P.
And what happened to, did Jonathan just yank his body out and throw it in the field?
Clearly.
And then, or put it in the back with the spaceship?
Yep. I actually put him inside the spaceship, propped him up. It was a whole thing.
And how is it that Jonathan felt safe enough with a spaceship in the back of this truck that he's not familiar with to do a sweet skid out right in front of Lionel and jump out of the driver's seat?
that is patented Jonathan Kent driving. Thank you for bringing that up, because I know Steve would have if I had not. So thank you for that. That is when you think of Jonathan Kent driving, that's the first that's the Nicodemus move. That maneuver is fantastic. And I have to say, having been in the vehicle when he's done that before, that is all John Schneider.
Not as fun?
Not as enjoyable. I'm
gonna die.
Quick story on that. Just as an aside. So we're in Nashville, Tennessee one time, and we're doing a screening of the movie that night. And we've been at the Opryland Hotel that morning. I guess we were going to lunch. I can't remember. Now we've got multiple vehicles with us in addition to the General Lee.
Right.
But it being Nashville, he wants to take the General Lee out. So he throws me the keys to the General Lee and is like, drive us to lunch. I'm like, all right. This is a thing that I never thought I'd do in my life.
Yeah.
So we're getting on the highway, and I'm taking the loop.
Can you call me Luke? Can
you call me Clark? And we're taking the loop off onto the interstate, and I go to slow down, and nothing happens. I think I've told this on the show before. And and I'm like, there's no, and I'm like, John, where's the brakes? He's like, oh, there's no brakes. You got to stand on it. It was in that moment that I realized why he named his company Stand On It Productions. So I literally have to lift off the seat and jam both of my feet down on the brake, which would have been fantastic information before I ever cranked the car. Yes, I did climb in through the window, by the way. And to slow us down going on this interstate. And he's just like eating like macadamia nuts or something. Like, this is nothing to him. And I'm like, we're going to die, sir. But one time, yes, he did do that skid to a stop, step out maneuver. And I'm like, why do you ever need to do that? Like, that's not a thing that you need to know in this lifetime. Clearly he did. It's terrifying. Thank you for that. But
it looks cool.
It looks cool as hell. Enough to do it at least twice on this show.
Just waiting for like, they're in the middle of all this stuff. They run into a frazzled Lionel, and Jonathan pulls that move. I was just waiting for Martha to be like, really? Now?
Yeah. Not now, Jonathan. Stop trying to impress people. One thing I took away from this episode is I always thought they knew who Lionel was and everything earlier than this. Like, so much encapsulates the day of the meteor shower that sets the trajectory of these two families off. That is one reason I do love this episode, because when you hear Jonathan talk about the Luthers in the pilot or in the first few episodes of season 1, you think this goes back decades, even further, with Jonathan having grown up in Smallville and knowing, the information that he has. And really, this is the catalyst, is this day between them, because of what Lionel asked for Jonathan in return for the hush hush of the adoption, and everything it sets off is, comes home to roost for 10 seasons. Of the retcons done on the show, and I use that term loosely because I honestly do not know if this was a retcon. I can't remember. I think it was. I think this was something later on. They were like, how do we start this? And because isn't this the what episode of the series is this? No, never mind. It's the 28th episode. I was thinking maybe it was the 25th. It really, I don't know. It I think it's a very important moment that they do retcons later that did not sit well with us at all in the original run of the series. Looking at you, Doomsday.
God.
What was that? Prey? I can't remember the episode. Where we find out he was attached to the ship all along, and I'm like, no. Yeah. That even goes back to this day, too. So you think about everything that is happening on this day now. Not only are Clark, Martha, Jonathan, Lex, and Lionel in this truck going down the road, going over the low bridge.
Somebody had to have put that video together, right? That's somewhere out there.
And then you've got little Doom.
I know you're out there somewhere out there.
Then you've got Doom Baby. Good.
Doom Baby.
Nice job, Robin. Then you've got Doom Baby out in the field killing people as a small child. I don't know. There are well done retcons, and then there are not well done retcons, and this is the former. This was really handled in a nice manner. It gives Clark and Lex this little might we be brothers thing. Clark obviously knows that's not the fact, but Lex has been looking for belonging with Lex all this time. And
that's magic in the cab there. When that's probably my favorite scene of the episode, is when little Clark reaches over and touches little Lex's head.
Yeah.
And little Lex is just kind of like looking at him.
Yeah.
That little actor is pretty good. He doesn't just like
great.
smile or anything. He just kind of gives him a look, and then he just kind of goes. He passes.
Well,
back
and
out again.
young Clark, that smile is so infectious. Which is a much older child than it was in the pilot, but much larger child, I guess. I love this. Is one of my standout episodes from season 2. I think it really opens up the world of Smallville a little bit more into what the show later becomes. I think it gives.
I like it on the Kent side. I'm not a big fan of it on the Luther side. I don't like the idea. Like, I remember watching this when I was a kid. We're talking about when I was a young man, and being confused about like is Lucas the one that died? Who was Julian? Like, I get confused.
Yeah.
Which one are they talking about? Which son are they obsessed about?
All of them. How many Luther kids do there end up being? At least 4.
Jeez.
If not more. Are there more? You've got Tess, Lex, Julian, Lucas.
Lucas.
You've got Julian's clone later.
Oh my God.
If you watched Lineage and then watched like a season 8 episode back to back, you'd be like, what? The emotional whiplash would be just what did this show become? It didn't become bad. It just became a totally different show. The show is done in 3 arcs, and it's 3 chapters, and it's very it ends up in a very different place. Well, I was even thinking about that with the principal in the previous episode. He asked Clark where he wants to be in 5 years, and I'm like, 5 years would be season.
I could tell
7.
you.
Yeah, Martha's gone. Martha's a senator. Clark's running the farm by himself. And the pre-Daily Planet and everything. Even in the paper that he's told to write, he talks about maybe wanting to pursue journalism one day.
Yeah, his cousin shown up.
Yeah, that's true. In season 7, and that was when we were feeding off of those Easter eggs back in the day. Oh, he put journalism in the paper, with anything.
Yeah.
Because we never thought we'd see any of that back in 2002. We never thought we'd see Clark Kent working at the Daily Planet on this show.
No.
And it only took 6 years after that for that to happen, even. So,
well, this started with a 5-year plan, right? So,
that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot. It's still been a while since I've watched Lineage. Probably, I don't know, 8-9 years. But it's one I'm happy to revisit. In a slew of season 2 episodes that don't work. For some reason or another, this is a standout one for me. So happy to go back.
There's some great moments. The kids in the cab of the truck, and there's a great scene between John Glover and Blair Brown where he's so gaslighting her and seducing her, and
he's so good. Like the magnificent bastard at work. Like, he is just a fantastic actor. But you think about things in life where it's like, what if, like, somebody were in a different role? What if Michael J. Fox had not been Marty McFly? That kind of thing. What if it had been what's his name?
The Stoltzverse.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz. Up until 2 days before filming the pilot, less than 48 hours, somebody else was Lionel Luthor.
Right.
And, he just stepped in at the last minute and was meant to be just this very rarely used character kind of, and he played so well with Michael, and he fits so well into this universe that he became one of the few cast members to last every season except for 9. Okay, 10. So he misses 8 and 9. But,
Right.
one of the longest running characters on the show because he just brought so much to that role. And if you watch Glover in any role, I don't care what he's in. I don't care if he was, Siler's dad on Heroes in like one episode. Like, he even chewed it up and spit it out on that.
Yeah.
He's so good. He's so good. And he's great in this one. Even when they flatten his hair out and take him back to 88 or 89, whatever year the pilot was set in.
89, yeah.
So
he's so disgusted that his son lost his hair. Just can't even touch him. Can't even go near him.
Yeah.
Just come look at my son in the cornfield.
I can't even look at him. Oh, I know what I was saying a minute ago. Shoot. Why did they name the judge Judge Ross? Like, I hate when a show will have a character name something and then they have a one-off reference of some other off-screen character and they name him the exact same thing. I'm like, why did you name him Judge Ross? He's not Pete's dad. That's not what ends up becoming.
Yeah.
He's the one that ordered the DNA test.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm like, why do you do that? That's confusing. Now I'm like, is he Pete's uncle? Is there a relation?
That's Judge Ross Geller.
That's what that is.
His full name.
This I do, and I also love when Lex and Lionel scene at the end when he's like, I knew she wouldn't kill you, even though she was coming at you with an axe.
Oh my God!
Moments before.
One of the weirdest abductions I've ever seen.
Yes,
and
yes.
I fail to understand how it even worked. How did she drag him into the house?
Well, I'm still like, how did Jonathan drag the ship onto the back of that trailer by him? He's just hoisted it up there. I'm like, I feel like that's too big. Like, I feel like that would be too heavy for you to be doing on your own. Now that would have been now I say that would have been a cool moment if Jonathan had been struggling to get the ship on there, and all of a sudden it just starts sliding on easily, and Clark standing next to him, having pushed it. That'd be a nice little Superman the movie callback with him lifting the truck, so it doesn't fall on Jonathan.
You know what? I wasn't very convinced about having a child, but you can be a real help around the farm. So maybe we'll keep you.
How fast can you dent fence posts?
Here, lift this hay bale. Let me see how you work with this.
Yeah. Also get
feedback. You got to get a feedback here.
You also get I don't think it ever actually gets said in the pilot that he was named after Martha. Like, we know that from continuity in Superman, but is that said in the pilot that they named him after her maiden name?
I don't know about the pilot, but yeah, it's
I
said
can't
here,
remember, but you get it. You get, obviously Martha's dad being William Clark in the previous episode, and then in this episode she tells
Right.
Ethan, "I thought it would be good to name him after my family," naming him Clark. So good ep all around. I love Lineage. I think it's great. I think it gives a new insight into Clark, Lex, Chloe, and Lana, even with their own heritage and their own searches for answers. It was done in a very interesting way, and I always think with the ones that worked really well, if Alan Miles just sat around going, it worked, pat themselves on the back a little bit, because this is one that, in my opinion, did. So
Yeah, I'd say I give it a good 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
yeah.
Why does I warmed toast gross me out?
I warmed. It's not a little. That's
Feels like-
not an Apple product. That's actual eye warmed.
Yeah,
toast.
warmed with his eyes, with his
Yes,
heat vision.
yes.
But yeah, it's just specifically just like, I don't know, maybe it's like a post-COVID thing. Like, I don't want
maybe
any of your
so.
eye boogers all over my toast.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Judge Ross is Pete's mom.
Oh. Well, she
Why
probably
did
went to law
I
school
forget
that
that?
whole cream corn thing fell out.
Why did I forget that?
I don't know, but I'll see you in chambers.
Ah.
I noted that at 16:25, when Lana is going into Henry Small's house, we hear a baby cry. And I swear to God, it is some sort of sound library that Pink Floyd also used for The Wall. That first
Is
baby
it really?
cry sounds like, I think it's in the song Mother.
That's funny. She was mentioned in episodes. Okay, apparently she only appeared in season 3's Whisper, despite being mentioned
just
in
Oh yeah, I remember that.
multiple episodes. Here's a story that Craig Byrne wrote for the Smallville Ledger. I can't read the date because that website doesn't work anymore, about federal judgeships maybe in Ross's future. How did I forget that? Oh, the people screaming at me. Probably not, just Tim. I bet he's the only one giving me grief for that. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so, but I was looking, I looked up just to see if what the kid's age was playing Clark. So it is the same actor, obviously. We knew that played him in the pilot, playing him in Lineage, just what, a year and a half later?
Yeah.
Older. Still supposed to be
again.
Still supposed to obviously be 3-year-old Clark. No. No.
Is Clark supposed to be 16?
Well, the kid was born, Malcolm was born in 1995, so that would have made him, what, 7, 8 at the time of filming for this episode? So, yeah, 3-year-old Clark, and then Matthew Munn as 9-year-old Lex. They both played the same. They both played Lex and Clark, respectively, in these 2 episodes, and these 2 episodes only. Unless footage was used later for other...
Well, there's a whole aging thing. I mean, it probably is the reason why in Reflux that girl Chrissy had those powers. It's because it is something where people get aged up a little bit more than their actual ages. Like when we find out that the actor that played Ryan was actually the age that Clark is purported to be.
Right.
In Smallville.
Right. Yeah. Well, and this says 6 years apart for Lex and Clark. I always had them 7 years apart for some reason, but I guess it could be at some point of the year they're 6 years apart, and at some point of the year they're 7 years apart. Who knows?
They don't look that far apart in this episode. They look like they're about the same age.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they were. The actors were.
Yeah,
at least. So that brings us to the end for this one. Robin, thank you for being here. I Appreciate
Oh,
it.
thanks for the invite. I'm
Love
happy
it.
to be on. Some classic shoe.
Former shoe host. Tell them where they can find you.
Oh, geez. I'm not doing much.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep my nose above the water.
That's the correct answer.
Every once in a while, you'll find me on the Superman and Lois TV Talk.
That's correct. I was going to say, you do another podcast that we do together.
Yeah.
If Superman Lois comes back, we'll do more.
Yeah, we'll see once
a fair reach has been met for SAG. Now that the writer's strike is over, we will be back with our 194th episode. Only took 15 years to get through episode 194 for Ryan and Dichotic next time. In the meantime, you can find us online, smallvillepodcast.com. We are on the internet as well, at Shoe Smallville, on the, I'm sorry, I'm going to call it Twitter. I don't use it. And to me, that's what it's always going to be. I don't care what letter they change it to. And then we're on Instagram. What is that, Robin? At Starkville House of L, I think. On that one. Yeah, sure. I think Tim made us a TikTok. Tim Talk. We'll call that Tim Talk.
Oh, nice.
At Smallville Podcast. So we're there as well. And you can always email us, mail@smallvillepodcast.com. Or, I don't know, just throw something at me at the street. I'll talk to you. If you Hey, are you that guy? Yeah, that's me. Leave me alone. Okay.
Some good episodes, though, to look forward to next time.
Ryan and Dichotic, big ones for you.
Yeah.
I never cared for the Ryan episodes. They weren't.
Oh,
they
well,
weren't
you have no
ones
heart.
that-
That's why.
Well, we know that. It was removed to make room for more stomach. So until then, we will see you next time. We're always around.